Today, we'll talk about which are the 5 best picks, how to choose the correct product, and what you should look at before buying. We've ranked these products based on their price, quality, durability, performance, and more. If you'd like to see their price and find out more information, you can check out the links in the description down below. Let's get started. Moving up, we have the most versatile model out there. Let's take a look.
Number 5. Lenovo IdeaPad L340. Smaller, affordable and more capable than before, the latest generation of the flagship Lenovo IdeaPad L340 is a prime candidate to fulfill the role of a budget gamer's most essential tool. The IdeaPad L340 sits between Lenovo's own 15-inch business ThinkPad X1 and the gaming-oriented Legion Wi-Fi 4.5 lineup, but is more of a mid-2019 debut that was a technology refresh of the heavier Legion lineup. The Lenovo IdeaPad L340 is mainly a design change as it shares its core specifications, pricing of some models and even port layout with a Wi-Fi 40. The chassis is reasonably trim for a 15.6-inch gamer at around just under an inch and with a footprint of 14.3 by 10 inches. Its side-screen bezels aren't as thin as those of the pricier MSI GS65 Stealth of 2019, but they're thin enough to give the Lenovo a modern look. Lenovo is attempting to pursue thin is in, but they do make room on the top bezel for a webcam, a feature that others like Huawei are demoting to the thick border above the display hinge. The IPS panel has a 60Hz refresh rate, not the 144Hz or even 240Hz available on deluxe gaming laptops, but that's not a deal breaker at this price. Outside of a few demanding esports titles, the GTX 1650 isn't likely to deliver over 60 frames per second or FPS in modern titles. Most gaming laptops feature RGB backlighting, but the IdeaPad L340 joins the likes of Acer's Helios 300 that features a monochrome keyboard backlighting that glows blue in our review model. The two-stage illumination is uniform across all keys and can be adjusted for both outdoor and indoor use. It's a full-size keyboard with a standard number pad. It offers short travel and precise pressure point, and it feels comfortable to type on, even though the arrow keys are smaller than the rest of the keys. It's packed with Intel Core i5-9300H processor, along with 8GB of RAM and 512GB of SSD. I should also mention that it's equipped with NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1650, which is amazing. Overall, it really is a great affordable gaming laptop that you should definitely check out.
Next up, we have a model which gives you the best value for your money.
Number 4. Acer Nitro 5. Acer Nitro 5 is one of the best budget gaming laptops you can find out there. It might be a bit old by today's standards, but it still can run most of the modern AAA games in full HD settings with great frame rates. It might not have the most interesting design or something of a similar nature, but it is an all-star without a doubt. Let's check it out. In the design and aesthetics perspective, like I said, the Acer Nitro 5 is not the most streamlined or sleekest device. It's also pretty substantial at 5.4 pounds in total and measures about an inch at its thickest. It has a brushed aluminium design that gives it a bit classier look compared to the rest of the body. On the front side, the Acer Nitro 5 is packed with a 15.6-inch 1920 by 1080 display that's pretty sharp overall and emits good colours. I found it a little dim compared to the average, but you probably wouldn't use it under direct sunlight. The in-plane switching panel has some good wide viewing angles, and without forgetting, I should state that the keyboard is rather snappy with good key travel and a clicky feeling. The trackpad is mediocre at best, but has a nice size. Now we're coming to the main selling point of this laptop, the performance. It is one of the most impressive I've ever seen at this price. It's great for gaming, productivity, and even some graphical work as well. It can run all contemporary AAA games with at least 30 frames per second at Full HD with impressive settings. It does that based on the Intel Core i5-7300HQ CPU, 8GB of RAM and 256GB of high-speed SSD. In addition to that, it's armed with an NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1050 Ti with 4GB of dedicated VRAM that's rather powerful for its price.
If you're looking for a mid-range model, then this next pick is a great option.
Number 3. Lenovo Flex 5. Thanks to a brand new AMD Ryzen processor, Lenovo's IdeaPad Flex 5 14 offers an extraordinary blend of performance and value for money, making it one of the best popularly priced 2-in-1 convertibles we've tested. Lenovo's latest 2-in-1 convertible laptop is hugely versatile and has good battery life, but it's a little short on memory. This laptop offers a very compelling all-round proposition. Along with that Intel CPU, the highlights kick off with a 15.6-inch touchscreen. It offers a Full HD 1920 by 1080 pixel resolution and IPS panel technology. As a flex model, that screen is hooked up to the IdeaPad chassis via a full 360-degree hinge and thus supports operation in full tablet mode. Next up is a 256GB SSD. Okay, that's not a huge amount of storage, but it is an M.2 drive supporting the latest NVMe control protocol. While the screen's brightness and color quality are very good, it doesn't get quite bright enough to combat the glare off the glass panel. Trying to use this under bright lights or outside was frustrating. Otherwise, the full HD screen I tested was excellent for photos and video and was responsive to both fingers and Lenovo's Active Pen. This laptop is such a good deal that our review configuration, available exclusively at Amazon, had been consistently selling out at the time we wrote this. In addition to the excellent value, coronavirus-related manufacturing delays and general issues surrounding the launch of a new processor family likely have also played a part in the Flex 5's tendency to remain out of stock. On the right edge, there are two USB 3.1 Gen 1 Type A ports, a rarity on ultra-portable laptops these days, and handy for connecting one of the vast number of devices that haven't yet moved to USB-C. Wireless connectivity includes 802.11ac Wi-Fi and Bluetooth 4.2. Support for the latest Wi-Fi 6 802.11ax standard is absent, but it's not a requirement for a laptop in this price range. The Flex 5 proves it's possible to offer performance acceptable for light gaming or occasional number crunching and multimedia editing in a laptop that costs far less than category flagships like the Dell XPS 13 or the Apple MacBook Pro.
Before we talk about the best model overall, let's look at the runner-up for this list.
Number 2. Asus TUF Gaming A15. The Asus TUF A15 is a brilliant, affordable gaming laptop that manages to strike the right balance between performance and value. Its strong 1080p performance, tough build quality, and large selection of ports will win it a lot of fans, especially amongst competitive esports players. For a start, it looks like a pretty run-of-the-mill gaming laptop. There are no flashy design choices, as is the case with its Zephyrus siblings, which offer powerful performance in slimline packages. Nor does it pack the highest of high-end components for gaming performance to rival the best gaming PCs. No, what makes us excited about the Asus TUF A15, also known as the Asus F506iV, is the fact that it features one of the latest AMD Ryzen 4000 mobile processors that have been wowing us recently, along with the excellent NVIDIA RTX 2060 GPU, to create an affordable gaming laptop that offers brilliant performance without causing your wallet irreparable damage. Some ultra-thin and light gaming laptops feel so delicate that you'd be frightened of taking them out of the house. Not so with the Asus TUF A15. It's certainly a design that doesn't shy away from the fact that this is a gaming machine, but it's not completely overboard either. The chassis comes in two colours: Fortress Grey, the colour of our review model as pictured, and Bonfire Black. In the CPU department, the Asus TUF A15 features the AMD Ryzen 7 4800H. It's not quite the flagship mobile processor from AMD, but the Asus TUF A15 isn't aiming to be a flagship laptop. The battery here is a huge 90WH1, which is a lot larger than you'd usually find in a gaming laptop. I should also mention that it's packed with a GeForce RTX 2060 along with 16GB of RAM and 1TB PCIe SSD. The Asus TUF A15 offers excellent value for money. While it's not the cheapest gaming laptop in the world, it manages to offer build quality and performance that its mid-range and budget rivals lack.
If you're looking for a model that's under $1,000, this would be a good option for you.
Number 1. Lenovo Legion 5 15. As our top pick, we have an amazing affordable laptop by Lenovo. It's the Lenovo Legion 5 15. Lenovo rebranded its mid-range and high-end gaming laptops line into the Legion line a few years back, and we've always been great fans of the Legion models. The Legion Y530 and the Legion in particular were formidable entries in 2019, and for 2020 the Legion 5 takes the line to newer heights. On looks, the Legion 5 shares the same busy look as its predecessor, the Legion Y series, despite coming in as a rebrand. With that, we mean extensive vents and branding, as well as a back section that protrudes for about an inch beyond the screen hinge. However, the chunky profile, 0.9 inches thick, 5.41 pounds, doesn't quite match the minimalist design of competitors like the Asus ROG Zephyrus M, 0.78 inches and 4.39 pounds. The Legion 5 sports a 15.6-inch 1920 by 1080 IPS screen that's a step above budget on both brightness and colour range, while at the same time rocking a 144Hz 100% sRGB display that's perfect for speedy frame rates. For multimedia and gaming, bright colours pop on the screen is more than bright enough for comfort, rounded out by great viewing angles. With such a display, it's easy to understand the rationale behind the Legion 5 having the brightest screen among its rivals. The Legion 5's AMD Ryzen 7 4800H CPU and 8GB of RAM will handle most of your productivity tasks with unmatched ease. In fact, it can drown 40 Google Chrome tabs, including a Twitch live stream, a Netflix film, and a 1080p YouTube video without lagging at all. The impressive performance is further boosted by the speedy 512GB SSD storage that adds up to impressive processing speeds. Gaming laptops are never good when it comes to battery life, of course with a few exceptions. You're getting at least 4 hours and 13 minutes of sustained use, which includes continuous web browsing and video streams over Wi-Fi at 150 nits of brightness. It definitely is one of the best AMD Ryzen laptops in the market, and you should check it out. Buying guide. Firstly, GPU. While some games use the CPU, the majority of games are still GPU bound, so this is one of the biggest decisions you make when buying a gaming notebook. At the moment, the majority of gaming notebooks come with NVIDIA GeForce GTX or RTX GPUs. The latest graphics cards on the NVIDIA series are the newest RTX 20 series supercards, including the 2070 Super and 2080 Super, all of which made the jump after a bit of time in desktops. Secondly, RAM. Gaming can be RAM intensive, and 8GB is what we recommend for even average productivity tasks. If you can, you should go for a 16GB on a gaming PC. A laptop with a GTX 1650 or 1660 Ti usually comes with 8GB. Once you get to a GTX 2060 or higher, some will come with 16GB of RAM. If you can't get your laptop with 16GB of RAM now, consider upgrading it in the near future. Memory is upgradable in many gaming laptops, so this is an area that you can consider boosting later if you're handy with a screwdriver. Number 3. CPU. Depending on your budget, you can get a very powerful Core i7 CPU or even one that you can overclock, such as the Intel Core i9-9980HK. You could also find laptops with desktop CPUs. However, most games benefit more from a quality GPU than a CPU, so you can definitely get by with a Core i5 processor. If you see something older than the most current Intel 10th generation core or with less power, consider saving a bit. CPUs usually aren't upgradable, so you're making this choice once.
Thanks for watching. I hope you liked the video. If you found it helpful, please remember to leave a like and subscribe to my channel to see more videos like this in the future. If you have any questions related to these products, you can leave a comment below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can.